I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with the New York Jets. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And his throw here's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Hey, Steve 6, Steve 6. 52, come on. Ready? Hey, Mike 52. Here we go.
To throw is Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Hey, what's up? Mike 52. X3, 218, jump.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
110. Ready? Hey, Haywood.
Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Chris Herndon. His 1st touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Next the score, Jets 7, Eagles 0.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Wentz. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Brandon Copeland. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. To throw is Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
We got sack. 52. Check. Watch the slant. Motion.
They'll run on 1st down. Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check. Wide. 36. Say. Begin.
Darnold now to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
It's our time.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He's crashing. 2-jet. Hey, exit. Here. Mike 3. Let's pick it up. It's out. Ram.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey, and that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. 45 yards. A first update now from Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, wahoo! I got him.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Sunday.
Now Howard. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here we go. 180. Double tight, guys, double tight. You got 3 down. 81. 3, Mike 3. Combo. It's been a long day for you.
Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll go with a big bang. Crowell going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
At the 40-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check right 54. Right 54. Let's get it, lady. Yo, lady. Get that. Hey, high 7.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's going to fire one deep up, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. No. Here. Play. Here. Mike 3. Combo. He's tired of you. He's tired of us. Mike 3.
Here's Wentz to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Throwing now is Wentz. Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Black. We got double up, double up.
On second and very short, Wentz throwing right, and that's complete. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Ram. 82.
Throwing his Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brandon Copeland able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hey, empty.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Crowell. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
SOS. Hey, Lou.
From the 38, Wentz is going to float this one deep right. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Deshaun Jackson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll go again with Bell. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Hey, keep it up. Man, 80. 15. Check 15.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check the lady. I got him, man. I got him. He's my 2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers. Alert flare. Alert flare. Man, 80.
And that'll set them back 5.
Here we go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
80 weapons.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and inches at the 45-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. On second down, Montgomery. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Second and 3 at the Eagles' 40-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
64, win. Shift, watch the shift. Switch.
Now Bell. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
On first down, it's Bell. Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
I'm coming.
They begin with a run by Corral. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Corral. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The tackle by Tremaine Johnson.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go. 180. You don't want to see me.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Mike, 53. 50. Let's go, D. 6 guys.
Darnold from the gun. Found his target. It's Anderson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And just in general, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Wentz. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Hey, Delta. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G. No, check that. We're going to make 52 right here.
After the interception, here's Darnold. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and that'll bring up second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And Darnold wants to throw the football. And they will finally get him to the ground as he's forced to tuck it and take the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I think the game balls need to